This video is about my first camera stabilizer. I saw all these YouTube videos about building camera stabilizers and thought, well, I'd like to build one for my little Lumix LZ8 camera there. And it's a little pocket camera, it does video sort of. And so I built this thing out of aluminum. It's a so-called Merlin style because it has this curve around the center of gravity and a weight here and a weight down here. And up here the usual adjustments. And to show you the parts involved, I have this this bracket here, which is 6 inches of aluminum with a 5-inch slot in it, bent twice. And this raises the camera and also allows me to offset it and get my my side-to-side balance roughed in. I put a little level in there, and here the U-joint assembly is just force threaded onto a 5/16 bolt, and adjusting this gives me my coarse tilt adjustment. And this bit here on the front is just a trim piece. I can move this fore and aft and side to side and trim the balance in. And then there's a little weight here and a good sized weight there on the bottom. Then the U-joint is a Traxxas 5151. I'm sure it's a perfectly good U-joint, but it's not too good for this application because it has a little bit of slop in it. It kind of wiggles. And I've taken some sewing thread and tied around the 4 pins in there and tied knots in it and taken up most of the slack, but it still has just a little slack in it. And as you walk, it'll wiggle, and the sound of that clicking goes up through the frame and into the camera, so it kind of ruins the audio. You'll see that in a few minutes. Below the U-joint, I have a shaft pinned into this female half shaft, and then a fender washer here for pan control, and there's a little space between it and that handle. The handle is PVC pipe, 3/4, schedule 40, with 2 skateboard bearings pressed into it and a spacer between them. I tried one, but it wiggled a little bit, so I put 2 in. And so this thing does the usual swing around and spin around business, and it actually works pretty well. Get it balanced, and you take your thumb and just brush that pan ring as light as you can brush it, and it'll do a nice smooth pan like you see. And it'll go this way, and it'll go this way without too much upset. But it has 2 fatal flaws. One is the aforementioned slack in the U-joint. The other is that this 1/8 inch aluminum, I should have used 1/4. And as you walk, it jiggles. You can see what it does. It just wiggles and jiggles like that. And this business in here is a piece of Tygon tubing that I just tie wrapped in there a while ago to damp out the jiggling. Otherwise, it just keeps on jiggling. But see, you can see that tubing is stopping it real quick. But still, it's hard to walk without it going jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. So the next one I'm going to build, it's going to be a sled type with a 5/16 all thread and a gimbal, weights across the bottom, camera on top. It'll be all nice and symmetrical, and that's the style I recommend you build. And unless you're going to use some like 3/4 inch tubing and use tubing benders so you don't crimp it, or use 1/4 inch thick flat stock, don't build one of these styles out of 1/8 inch because it jiggles too much. Okay, that's how it works, and I have a bunch of pictures and design notes on my website at kv5r.com, and look for the stabilizer button on the menu. And I want to thank all those great people out there who've been experimenting with these things for years and made all those neat videos on YouTube. You've given me a lot of good ideas, and I'm looking forward to building a couple of more of these things. So let's go outside and wander around in the woods a little bit and see how this thing acts. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's have a little outdoor test here. I've put some Tygon tubing, tie wrapped it to the frame to stabilize some of the jiggle. You'll still see some vertical jiggle, but it'll dampen out a little faster. Do a little test here. Listen for the jiggle of the U-joint. Let's do a little fine pan here. Just brush it around, follow it. Dynamic balance is off just a little bit. Come on. Wind is also weather vaning me. Well, it does take a lot of practice to run one of these things, even if it's a good one. Just got a little thumb on the pan ring to keep it from wandering around in the wind. I'm letting the U-joint just take care of the rest of it. Watch the far tree line. Okay, settle out. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. As you can see, it's the Tygon tubing in the frame is damping it. Okay, come on. Get back. I don't want you that close. Okay, go on. Let's get in. I want to try a little running. Still, that's not too bad considering it's a $25 homemade rig. Balance is off just a bit. Needs to be a bit more nose heavy, or so it would seem. Let's try that go around thing again. Come here. Let's see if you learn by now. Sit. Stay. Stay. Okay, bias it. Now, well, let's just glide around. I've lost most of my isolation because I'm tilting it so far. I need a taller subject wagon. It's very windy today, not helping. Oh, I didn't do that so good. Lost my grip on the U-joint. The wind is getting me. It would help if you didn't move. It's hard to take pictures of you that close. Stay. Yeah, that's not so bad, is it? You go back and forth. And turn around.